Probably the biggest fight of the day in just the pure political world was over President Trump's performance in the briefing room. He came in and in his opening statement spoke in a way he rarely does, almost lyrically, about the tragedy, about America coming together, about the importance of the country being united, referenced God in a way he doesn't normally do. And then as he went forward, he quite clearly said that the accident, even though we don't know what caused it, was likely the fault of Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and Pete Buttigieg, and of the policies pursued in two Democratic administrations of DEI. Reporters asked him about it repeatedly, how he could say that, what he meant. Later in the day, when he was asked specifically at a different event if race was the factor, he said, "We don't know." He was also asked if this might happen again, this kind of accident, and he said no, he didn't think it would, which flies in the face. It's a kind of logical inconsistency that Donald Trump never shies away from. How could it be the case that he thinks the system is completely messed up by DEI and yet tell the American people flying is safe and the system is fine? Doesn't make any logical sense. On the issue of DEI, lots of commentary online, on cable, about what he said and whether you agree with his position or not, that DEI at the FAA lowered standards in a way that made the flying public less safe. Do you think that's factually true or even possible or not? Some of the criticism of the president was that it was simply not the right moment to be casting blame on anything or anybody. Now, this program is about having conversations that are honest and inclusive and not politically correct and not hostile, or but also not shying away from discussion. And I think, as was just discussed on Fox's The Five, I was listening to as I was getting ready here, this is not only about race, DEI, in the government and elsewhere. It's also about other factors that Donald Trump is arguing could have and maybe did impact the quality of the people in the FAA and in the air traffic control system. Don't know whether it's true or not, but I can tell you that there are a lot of Republicans saying when the facts come out, not just of this matter, but of the staffing of the air traffic controllers in general, that Donald Trump is going to be proven correct. I don't know that that's true, but I know Republicans are saying it. And I also know that the air traffic control system has had a shortage of workers. They've been trying to hire them and train them as quickly as possible. But as a country, just as we shouldn't shy away from asking the question, are vaccines safe for our kids? Not all vaccines, but vaccines that maybe haven't been tested as thoroughly as they might, or vaccines where there's some data suggesting they do harm kids. We shouldn't shy away from that conversation. We shouldn't turn it into anyone who says we should have the conversation as a conspiracy theorist and threatening the health of our children. And we shouldn't question their motives. We shouldn't say anyone who says there should be a conversation about the safety of vaccines, particularly for kids, is dangerous or deluded or conspiracy theorist or motivated by something negative. I think they're motivated by an interest in making sure our kids are safe. They might be factually wrong, but we shouldn't shy away from the conversation or demonize people who want to have it. Similarly, the President of the United States today made a supposition that our air traffic control system is less safe because DEI policies under Democrats have lowered the quality and the competence of people who have these very dangerous and are difficult and important jobs. I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't dismiss the debate. Not just because the President of the United States said it, but because lots of Americans, tens of millions, think that's a discussion worth having. And there are probably tens of millions who think it's emphatically true, even if they don't have the data to back it up.